Hello, this is BattleX2 at BattleX2Prepper.com, and today we're going to talk about your bug out bag and other items you may keep inside your vehicle. To start off, I think one of the most important things you can have in your bag is your first aid kit. So I kind of opened up a little bit to get started here. First thing I have in my first aid kit, I have about this tourniquet kit here. It's pretty simple to operate. If you don't know how to use a piece of equipment in a first aid kit, don't try. In a case of emergencies, it's not the time to start practicing and trying to figure out things. Take a first aid class, a CPR course, learn some basic first aid, and then I would suggest building a kit from the things you know. That way you're not spending a lot of money on a kit and half the stuff that are in the kit you don't know how to operate. Inside here, I got myself one of these right here. It's a little CPR bag here. It has some latex gloves inside, a flashlight, latex gloves, flashlight, and it has a mouthpiece that you put over your mouth, and it has a check valve. So if you're giving someone breaths and they end up throwing up, it doesn't go back to you, because ew, that'll be gross and bad. I know that in the new CPR that they teach now, they don't really recommend doing breaths, but if you have to for some odd reason, you can, because it has a check valve on here. Other things I added to this kit here, it's kind of hard to see, but in the back here I put in some Clorox wipes and regular wipes. If you happen to get blood on yourself, blood on your hands, you might want to use the Clorox wipes to wipe the blood off yourself. Use the regular wipes to wipe away the wound and see if there's any damage or how you're going to treat that. Inside this compartment here, I have aspirin. I have nitrous gloves in here, so if someone has an allergy to latex, you can use these other gloves here. Along with some bandages, wraps. I have some quick clot. I also have mask, some charcoal filtered mask that you can wear to help you with breathing. And I got this on online. Here's a pretty cool tool right here. It's a bandana, but on the bandana it's a refresher that talks about how to do certain CPR or basic first aid. So as you're wiping your sweat, you can look and see how else you can help a personnel with their injuries if you're in a car accident. Another thing is, if you're in a car accident and you're injured but there's a small fire or something like that, I keep this fire extinguisher here, which you can operate with one hand. So if you're injured, you can probably still use it, hopefully, and help put the fire out or keep the sparks down so that the space doesn't, or the fire doesn't occur inside the vehicle while you're trying to get yourself or someone else out of the vehicle. And I actually have a video on the different extinguishers, and this is one of the ones I have, and I keep it in my vehicle. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is my little black bag here, and I use this bag here for roadside assistance and things that happen, those kind of situations, flat tire, stuck in mud, those kind of incidents where I need to get out and do some maintenance or some work. And the main compartment here have some rags, have a couple of tool kits, tool supplies. I have wrenches and stuff like that in here, and I have these right here. These are pretty cool. These are little chem lights, and they got magnets on them, so you can stick them on the side of your vehicle, stick them in front of the road there, so it's nighttime, people can see you coming and try to avoid running you over, hopefully. Also, in the next compartment, to add on to that, have my duct tape, because you know duct tape fixes everything. And I have my little bicycle vest here. It's a pretty cool thing to wear when you're changing your tires or stuff like that, especially at nighttime. It's reflective so people can see you. If you're happy to get run off the road and you're in the bottom of a canyon or something like that, and people are all searching for you, this will attract attention just because it's different or out of the norm from the regular landscape. And that's another video. We'll talk about it another time. Last compartment I have on here, this right here is also a nice little safety feature here. It has a neoprene slash polyurethane type bag in here. It's like a blanket or tarp. It's a little miniature tarp. So if you're stuck somewhere and you need to get out of the vehicle, you can't be in your vehicle, but you're trapping your way from personnel, you're in the desert because you were all riding around and your vehicle messed up and you're trapped out there. I have a reflective blanket also here, so it'll help keep you warm, and this other little tarp here, so you can set it up and make yourself a little makeshift shelter. And also keep this little pill bottle with cash in there. I have a couple of dollars in here and some change, so if I get a flat tire and I have to have AAA or someone come pick me up and I'm out of town, which happens a lot, I can go to a vending machine, a soda machine. I always know I'll have some change in here to give me a little snack. Being a diabetic, I'm going to have to make sure I have my snacks and stuff like that so I keep my blood sugar regulated. Speaking of which, when I'm out traveling, I also carry some MREs. I carry at least 2 to 3 days worth of MREs, and I keep those in my bag, and those are still actually in my car right now. Just so if I have to walk, so for example, I go to 29 Palms a lot. It only takes about 3 hours for me to drive from my house to 29 Palms, but if something happens where Tiatwaki, you know, something happens and I have to walk from 29 Palms back home, it may be 3 hours to drive there, but it's about a day and a half to 2 days to walk. So I'll have at least meals that'll get me from point A to point B. I also keep this little tool right here, and this is called a trucker's or farmer's tool right here. And this is just a little flat blade with this little end right here. The cool thing is you crack a little hole in the roof of a car, and you can use this end right here as a pry and use it as a can opener to get inside of a roof to help extract a person. Or you have the hammer part here, you can break glass. You can use this to pull or pry open the door, and it's a pretty handy little tool here. If I were to have to walk from 29 Palms, for example, to home, this is one of the things I would actually keep with me to travel there in case those zombies or whatever, you know, wild crazy people out there. I also have this right here. It's a collapsible cane. You know, every once in a while my legs start aching and I have some problems with my feet that I use a cane a lot. I keep this collapsible cane in my car, and I have another one like this that I use on an everyday basis. I wrap duct tape around this one along with some 550 cord. Not only does it make it sturdy, but now I have extra material if I needed to make a makeshift shelter or something like that. That'll help me out. And it extends out, and I can use it as a regular cane or trekking pole, or since I have my other one, I can use them as 2 trekking poles, work them in tandem or work with each other. Alright, so continue on. A couple other things I keep in my car. I have a siphon hose. So if I need to siphon gas, I run out of gas for some reason, I have to go and get gas, I can bring it back and in a container, and I can siphon it from the container into my car without having to grab a hose and do like the old school, you know, suck on the hose and stick it in there and spit out the gas and probably poison yourself in them. And this works way better than trying to do that. Just pump and go. Simple as that. If I get a flat tire, I keep an extra tarp in case I need to change my tire without getting all over the ground, gravel and dirt. I have my knee braces in case I hurt myself and I need to use my knee braces. Tie downs are always good to keep in your car. You never know if you have to strap something down and travel on. A lot of times when I travel, I am in dress clothes, casual clothes, and so my dress shoes or casual shoes aren't really that good to be hiking around, especially if you need to go hiking for a couple of days to get back home. I carry a pair of work gloves. 2 different styles. I have thin ones and I have my thick ones and my thin ones. Extra cleaning cloth, and I have these right here. These are worn out old hiking boots that I just keep in my car, and I like that they're worn because I don't have to worry about a brand new pair of shoes walking there and getting blisters on my feet because they're not broken in properly. These are broken in and worn, and they're been around for a long time, but they're still water resistant. So if it's raining, I don't worry about my feet getting all soaking wet. And I also keep an extra pair of socks inside of there just in case. Also, it's my old Navy jacket. I use this if it's raining because it's water resistant, and so if I'm changing the tire or I have to walk or trek in the rain, I have a water resistant jacket that's going to help keep me warm and dry. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is my umbrella. But it's not just any umbrella. It's called the Unbreakable umbrella. I keep it in my car, and you can tell how dusty it is. It doesn't get used that often here in California, but when I do use it, it's a great tool. And I tell people they should get something like this if they'll go for walks at night or in their daytime where there's a lot of stray animals around. Opening up this umbrella will make a shield and protect you from that animal, and hopefully so you can get away. Closed up, it also could be used as a weapon. I would suggest using it as a ninja weapon or anything like that, but you know, if you have to evade or get away from someone, it is a good tool to use. So I keep this in my car for those rainy days, all kinds of rainy days. Okay, so on another note, I've been doing these videos for a while, and I've been getting mixed reviews with them. I mean, all of them are positive, but some personnel or some people are saying that they want the videos to be a little more longer and a little more in depth on a product or a situation awareness. Some say that the videos are too long and they only want a quick, in a hurry, let's talk about this particular thing and be done with it. I can't cater to everyone, especially when you're so far into the spectrum. But for those who think they're too short, I do have a seminar and course on battlex2prepper.com, and I can come in and we can talk about it, have a class and course and seminar. I have two. I have a basic and advanced course that you can participate in, and we can talk more in depth and get some more knowledge of how to be prepared for those life-changing situations. For those who think they're too long, take it in small chunks, small bites and everything, because the information I put out I think is very important, and I want everyone to be aware so that they can be better prepared. So that's battlex2prepper.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.